Hey everyone, how's it going? Gord Routcliffe here. I'm just back out on the Bay of Quinte again, catching some walleye. And I've had a great response to my last video on some of the lures and tricks and line and tackle I use to catch these walleye. I have got an awful lot of responses though, personal messages and whatnot, on flashers, people maybe being a little bit intimidated by them, a little scared to go out and fork over $400 or $500 and upwards from there and not knowing how to use it. It does look intimidating, but I promise you it's very simple and you'll catch way more fish. So I'm just going to do a really quick video here on how to use a basic flasher. What I have here is a Vexilar. It really doesn't matter what kind you prefer, that they all work really well. And in my opinion, any flasher works much better for ice fishing than any electronic fish finder that has an ice fishing mode or anything like that. A flasher is definitely the way to go. It's 100% accurate, it's 100% on time, there's zero delay, and you'll get to know the kind of mood that the fish are in just by the way they're moving on your flasher, going up and down and whatnot, and the flashes of the color. But if you're looking for a super in-depth video of really fancy units, anything like that, different zoom options and stuff like that, this isn't the video for you. Now, if you're looking at getting a flasher, just wondering how they work, you know, maybe wondering if you go out and buy one today, can you go out on the ice and catch more fish with it tomorrow? Absolutely, you'll be able to use it, you'll catch more fish. So I'll just show you a quick example here of the basics and how it works. Again, this is a Vexilar. I believe it's a FL8. I believe it's the most reasonably priced Vexilar, the most basic one. It's done me awesome, works great. So let's get started and I'll show you some of the features of it. So like I said, this is the flasher that I'm using. It's a Vexilar FL8, very basic unit. All you have here really is two different knobs. One says gain, one says off. Now, I'm not sure if you can read it or not, but this has a D right here. That's for deep setting. This has an S right here. That's for shallow setting. And all that is in this circle here, there's white numbers and there's yellow numbers. So when you turn this off and you go to the right hand side to the yellow numbers, we only need one here on the Bay of Quinte. So your depth will be the yellow numbers times 1. So that's 20. So that's 20 feet. And our line is a little less than that, between 15 and 20. So we're at about 18 feet. Easy peasy. Now, if you're in a deeper lake and maybe you want to go to, let's say, 60 feet, you turn this to 2, and it's not going to work right because we're in less water than that. But you go 2 times this yellow number, 20. So this, instead of 20 feet now, will be 40 feet. Very simple. And then the same for this one, except for it's times 4. So you take any of these numbers in the yellow, times it by 4, and there's your depth. Will be in the yellow, just times that number by 4. Okay? And then the shallow side is the same. You go times 1. So that's why the white 20 is up here. So we're just under 20 feet. If you go to number 2, you would times 20 by 2, 40 feet, and so on. So the depth is very simple. Nothing to be scared of. I could run it on this shallow setting, but I just like it on that one. No reason really. Now I hope you can see this good. The colors may not show up in the camera perfect, but it's the best I can do. Right here is your bottom, and up here is your top. Don't worry about any of this stuff on the top. It's just a little bit of surface clutter And then on the bottom, your bottom should be mostly red, and there's a tiny bit of orange there. There's been a lot of fish around today. That may or may not be a fish. You can adjust your gain. Gain is basically your sensitivity. So the higher up you make your gain, the bigger mark your lure will make, the bigger mark the fish will make. But I like it quite low. You don't really need it too high. On Quinny anyways. Okay, so let's get this TN60 down the hole. You see what it does. Again, you can see there's a bit of surface clutter there. That's fine, that's normal. Our bottom's solid red, except for a tiny bit of orange there, which is fine, that's good. So now as we lower our lure, we're gonna see it. So there's our lure. We can just watch it drop nice and slow to the bottom. This also helps you not crash your bait into the bottom. You might not want to crash your bait right into the bottom of the sand or dirt or whatever you're fishing. So there my lure's right on bottom. You can see it's flickering a little bit as I move it. Now I jig it up, and there's my lure. Basically, this is all you do. Now you know where your lure is. You know where the bottom is. And all you have to do is wait for a fish to come. So anything that moves, right there you can see a fish coming up, looking at my lure. You see they moved right off bottom. So you know that bottom should be solid red. You know the mark it should be at. And there comes a fish up off bottom again, looking at my lure. And basically what you want to do is the more you work those fish up higher off bottom, the more chance they're going to hit. So here comes a couple of fish. They look like fairly small marks, probably perch. You will get to know some bigger fish make bigger marks, so they're in the cone more. But you'll get to know that with practice. There you can see there's all kinds of fish down there. When we first started, it was flat red, just like it is right now. Tiny bit of flicker. Here comes some more fish. And by doing this, you can really tell how to move your bait, how the fish are reacting to your bait, and what to do to get them to hit. So, I hope this really helps. I hope you feel confident. You can go out, buy a flasher. You don't have to buy the best one on the market. You'll be able to buy it today, charge it, go out tomorrow, catch more fish, and be confident every time you go out. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't be intimidated. If you want a flasher, go out there, grab it. You'll absolutely love it, and you'll catch way more fish than you are right now without a flasher, that's for sure. So, thanks for tuning in, and have a great season, guys.